Hi everybody, sorry this is about the fifth attempt to start this video. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with my laptop every time I try it. My screen goes blank, so something clearly not quite right there. So here we are. I've missed two Fridays, so apologies for that. I was in the ever lovely sunny Spain, and it was very sunny, about 26 degrees, very nice indeed. Um, so I was something I do every year. This year was the fifth anniversary, and it was amazing. It was the most people that I've ever attended, and it was maxed out at 150, was a lovely number. We had some amazing speakers, some eminent speakers in from the States. Doctors Bill and Linda Pettit. We had Dr. Dickon Bettinger, Dr. Jack Pransky, Linda Ramus was in the audience. Oh, a feast, a feast for the ears and the eyes. It was amazing. So, what I want to talk to you about today, I want to talk to you about wisdom. That thing, that gut instinct, that inner thing, that inner compass that guides you. That for a lot of us, we tend to either ignore, overrule, override, or put it to one side and then think, should have gone with my first thought in the first place. So we can get caught up in our thinking quite a lot about decisions that need to be made, how we should be appearing in the world, what we should be doing, all sorts of manner of things. So at Viva, I was supposed to be doing just one group talk. Me and the amazing Kay Murphy and Sue Latchman were doing a joint talk on the Monday, on the final day, about You Are Not Your Diagnosis. And it was a fantastic talk, and people got a lot out of it. But the other thing that occurred was the day before, where one of the key speakers, fabulous Danish psychologist, Dr. Mette Louise Holland, was unable to attend in the end. And she had had two speaking sessions that she was allocated. And in the end, they allocated me one of those, which I was most fortunate to have. And I managed to speak with the brilliant Dr. Linda Pettit, who is just the most gorgeous person you could ever meet. But there was no preparation. There was no, let's have a sit down for half an hour and discuss what we're going to do and tactics and none of that. Um, Linda walked into the room just as we were about to start talking, and I said, "So, how do you want to handle this?" And she said, "Let's introduce ourselves and see what happens." And that's what we did. And I can't tell you what I said because it was all in the moment, straight off the top of my head. It was relevant to the topic that we were given, but it wasn't pre-planned, and we certainly don't use things like slides or PowerPoint or any of those types of things or prompts or things. So for me, it was about trusting that I had everything within me to share that would be relevant with the audience that arrived that day. Likewise for Linda. So I didn't have to go into any crazy thinking, any upside down thoughts around, my goodness, I haven't planned, this is going to be rubbish, which you could have done. I could quite easily have done, but I didn't. I went into that space of knowing that whatever occurs, it'll be just fine. And it was. It was better than fine. It was amazing. So it's about trusting your inner wisdom, your gut instinct, whatever you want to call it, that inner knowing. And the same occurs whether you're um, coping with a cancer diagnosis, or whether you're having a hard time at work, or whatever situation or circumstance you're going through. So for me at the moment, my house is in what we call in Scotland a bit of a búrach. And a bit of a búrach means it's in a bit of a bloody mess because I've got boxes everywhere. I've got things being wrapped up in bubble wrap. Everything is in a complete and utter state. And I could get caught out by that. And some days I do. and other days not so much. But what I do know is that when we come to the 25th of November, the removals men will come in. They will take the bits that we're taking with us to Spain, and the bits that are left will be there for the new owners to enjoy. The bits of furniture that we're not taking, some of my plants that I love, all sorts of things that were important but no longer are, because you can move your attention away from. It's only just bits of uh, bits of wood in the end. It's nothing important. The most important things are coming with me to Spain, and that's Justin, my dearly beloved husband, and my two little birds, Rudy and Rio, and we'll all travel together in the car. So the adventure starts a few days later. The actual exchange of contracts for the house and completion of the sale is the following day, the 26th of November. We're going to spend a few days sorting out some of the practicalities and the financial stuff. And then we're going to head down as far as Folkestone on the 29th of November and start the journey, start the adventure through the tunnel, through into France on Saturday the 30th of November. It's going to take us about 2.5 days to get there, and it's about trusting and knowing that whatever occurs on the journey, on the adventure, will be just fine. We'll be just fine. So whether there'll be road traffic issues, whether there's going to be issues when we get to the various accommodation that we're booking, it's nothing is insurmountable. As long as we're all together, we'll be just fine. And then there's this whole concern thing about the people that we're buying from. They've been getting up in their head about when you're going to have a date, when you're going to have a date. We need to arrange this, we need to arrange that. I'm thinking, whoa, and breathe. They've lost sight of their own inner wisdom, their own gut instinct, their own knowing that actually they would be just fine too. There was a sense of trying to control the whole situation. And it's like somebody described it as juggling jelly, which is an interesting concept and an interesting vision, if nothing else. But it's not controllable. You can do as much as you possibly can, but there's going to always be the unexpected, the unexplained. And as long as you're okay with that and knowing that actually nothing tragic is going to happen, hopefully, then you'll be all right. You'll be just fine. But coming back to the trip to Spain that I did a few weeks ago, that I went to Viva, it was an interesting few days where it was almost as though I started to be visible to certain people that I had not been visible to before. So as a reminder to everybody, it's about keep showing up, but keep showing up as you, not somebody you think that the people that everybody wants to see, not somebody that you would like to be like, or not somebody you would like to emulate. That person's already taken. And even if you are going through a traumatic situation such as cancer, please still keep showing up as you, because it's you that will keep you going. The system, the nurses, the doctors, the surgeons will treat you, patch you up, send you on your merry way, and then they're on to the next person. And whilst you're in their care, they do their level utmost to keep you protected and to help you get better. But there's always more people. So the only constant you have in life is you. And if you're okay with you, and you keep showing up as you 100%, then you're onto a winner. Never underestimate the value of impact and change that you bring to the world just by being here. I remember sitting in various waiting rooms and areas of hospitals waiting for surgeries and all sorts. And just by being there, by listening to somebody, by holding somebody's hand, it makes a world of difference. But it's not just anybody that can do that, it's you. So I invite you to be you 100% of the time, but I also invite you to listen to your own inner wisdom, your own gut instinct, your own radar that tells you whether you're on or off track. I made a decision yesterday about a new mentor I'm going to be working with for the next 2 years. I went to an event in London and I went fully prepared not to sign up. I put on my big girl's pants, very big pants, and I went with the intention of getting as much out of the day as I could, learning from this lady who is American but she lives in Paris, and no intention of signing up. I had already had a conversation earlier in the day with somebody that I thought would be my coach for at least 2020. And then something happened. Each of us was given what they call a hot seat, special time just for her to focus on you and your concerns and what brought you to the actual meeting itself. There was only 10 of us in the room, so it was a fairly unique little gathering of mainly ladies. There was one gentleman. And as she got round to me, I got such an insight, such an impact from the conversation that I was left in no doubt. My wisdom was saying, you have to work with this lady. No question. So out of everybody in the room, there was a lot of people that were saying, yes, I will sign up. I'm interested, but not now, not now. And I left and I had already filled the form out. Please sign me up now. I need this. I would benefit greatly. My business would benefit from this greatly. But moreover, I would, by the unique support systems that are in place, the multi-layered support systems that are in place, the safety nets that are there, the group feeling, the camaraderie, the tribal, the blend of people supporting each other no matter what. And for me, that feels like the best thing for me to do right now. So I listened to my gut instinct. I signed a piece of paper. I handed over a deposit sum. And then I had to tell my husband, I have signed up. And he went, I thought you would. So I was going into fear and worry and concern about telling him. I was even wandering along the street going, what on earth have I just done? He's going to kill me. And I had all this crazy thinking because I wasn't in that space of trust, in trust of me. I had lost it. As soon as I left the building, I'd lost that sense of, you've made the right decision. I was questioning my decision. And yet he already knew that that's what I would be doing by the end of the day. Interesting, don't you think? So I think what all of this boils down to is that no matter what you're going through in life, no matter the decisions you have to make, no matter what you're faced with, trust your gut instinct, trust your inner wisdom, trust that inner knowing that is the thing that keeps you safe all day, every day, no matter what, and you'll be just fine. I wish you a very fabulous weekend. I'm going to go back now to packing more boxes and seeing what else I'm going to be throwing in the rubbish and what I want to keep. And in the meantime, I'll speak to you next week. Bye for now.